Hey everybody, welcome back to Complete Trader Academy's daily review. Today is January 25, 2023. Let's hop right into it here. Surprising, man. This month is already almost over. That's crazy, right? We just had New Year's, didn't we? All right, so candle opened up here. Came up, spiked up a tiny bit at the open. Very minute. Sank all the way down right to the bottom of that imbalance. See how perfectly it hit it? That's not coincidence. They're doing that. And another thing I forgot to mention in yesterday's, I'm zooming in yesterday's video is that there's an imbalance sitting right here. I didn't even realize it. Skipped my head. But my purpose was to take out these lows anyway. And then as far as coming back up, this was still in play as far as the top side of the imbalance. Got that little last space in between. And then we got the news that Friday. And then I don't know about this, this is still in the air, but it is an imbalance there. But they don't have to get it. But this right here, if I was to draw a line right here, just so you can see it, I'm not even going to change the color, but if you could see it here, there was an imbalance in between this here. When it came down, I mean, I noticed it, but I kind of forgot about it. And look how beautiful it came and smacked it. And filled in that space, right? That's not a coincidence. I'm gonna delete this. I was looking at this here as a low anyway, like in general as liquidity, but totally went over my head. But look at that, right? Anyways, so let me go into a 5 minutes so you can see this, And what's funny is yesterday was just like today. I mean, look, there's no, I mean, it was carbon copy almost. Now, the difference, though, is that when we opened up here, the price sank down quick. So I made the video here at this time before the market opened back up. And then when I made the video, I did not definitely expect it to fall that fast in Asia, like by 8 o'clock, but then it went flat, right? And then sank hard here. This is a big move for London. And then what do you call it? Order flow coming down, and then we woke up here. Okay, so this was tricky. So I took a loss here, trying to catch this buy from here. When it broke up, I was like, all right, cool. This is another, we got into right here, taking out this low. I was like, all right, we're still in this range and block. And then here, we're going to go for the buy up here, just like how yesterday happened. And then when I took the loss and it came and slammed down, I was like, wait a minute, this order flow is still bearish. So as soon as that happened, I left it alone. I could have sold from here, but I was like, you know what? I'm not doing nothing. So I waited, and I figured, let me see how far this thing's gonna go. So it kept sinking. It was choppy here at first, and then it started sinking, and then sure enough, it came right to, I'm like, watch it hit this imbalance. And sure enough, it took out that low, and then filled the imbalance, tapped the imbalance, and then we had a nice reaction. We had a nice bullish candle close, came right back into itself. That was a perfect buy. And I mean, it could have kept going, but I mean, that's the part of this game. You trade the opportunities that you are normally seeing, and this was one of them. Of course, taking it to this high was at the least for me, and sure enough, came to it, went above, and got out as soon as it broke here. So again, I could have waited for it to come here with my mentality of that and all that, but I don't need to do that. It's the end of the day for me, and I want to stick to my rules of just trading like between 9:30 and 11, or sometimes lunch, right? But sometimes it doesn't happen like that all the time. So lunch hour here was, you could have saw more, and you could have, well, let me go to a 1 minute so you can see it. But it was tough to catch this, but as it came back in, I was like, all right, cool. Then you could have been a buyer here, And then this was tricky. You could have been a buyer here knowing that it came into this, and then you could have been a buyer when it came into this. But you have to understand the order flow. I mean, look, it's the same order flow that we discuss every day, people. It's not like, I mean, yes, there's new scenarios every day. At the same time, it's really not. I swear to God, yesterday I even said, didn't I just make this video? So like, look, today it's the same thing. So we are in a consolidation. We do have to mention that. So they're building liquidity above here, and then now down here. So it's shaking out. I call this a speaker. It's going to start growing, right? High, then low. Kind of like when this first started. Let me see if I got another example here. Kind of like this big piece. You see this big piece here? See how this high and this, and then if you look at down here, this line. So it's expanding. I call it ranging. And I mean, can it sink from here? Sure. It doesn't have to break that high. I'm convinced that it doesn't have to break the high, but you never know what it's going to happen on Friday. So I'm assuming Friday it might come up here, because why? It also, when it came down, it hit this 61 perfectly. So this was also another piece of confluence that I used, and it sure could come here. Look at the negative 27 projection. It aligns exactly with tapping this. Again, in a perfect world, I just want to kind of see it fall down already. It's been holding on for way too long. And it's like, I believe it's holding on to like its last breath, and it's like doing a good job of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's still, this whole monster of a peak is very interesting. It's worse than this, and this was rough, So now this, because I equate this to this, or vice versa. So I want to see it kind of do this now, but it keeps coming back down, keep shaking people out of lows, and then it'll probably do one more. Like, you might see like a candle go up and then come down, and then that's what I'm assuming. So, all right, I hope this helps you guys. You guys take care. God bless.